the ASOP vehicle retrieval system. Vehicles, your latest visitors.
Looks like you're all set to leave.
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing? You running Star Citizen here? Oh, nice. Oh, jeez, that's terrible. Yeah, I was working on reorganizing these because I'm actually getting like a little bit further along with this. But yeah, my first, I'm actually gonna. I didn't have an engine button in there. I was like, I should probably have power engine. Like the first couple buttons would be power and engine. But I kind of want. I was thinking about putting like power engine, maybe quantum, but I want to have like the order you do things. You hit the hail ATC, then maybe you let's see. Maybe you change your configuration. So like I know on the most ships don't have it, but on my Corsair, I have to pull the wings up, like first. So I pull the wings up and then maybe go into VTOL and then I put the gear down type of thing. So I'm going to try and like order it in the order that I would use it. Yeah, so I'm kind of yeah. Yep. Yeah, and I had mine set up in a similar manner a long time ago, and then I guess it got overwritten or something. Yeah, so I was like, well, whatever. I just rearranged the buttons he had on there. I didn't really change anything. Yep. Yeah, I mean, rearranging buttons is not difficult. It's really easy, especially since he's got like a snap to grid feature now. Oh my gosh, he did not have that before. He didn't have the snap to grid feature. Yeah, there's a bunch of things he was missing out of there. But oh, can you see my desktop? You can probably see my desktop. Oh yeah, let me share the desktop. Is that the desktop? That's not the desktop. Oh, entire screen. Here we go. Yeah, so I actually made that last night, real quick, just using some of the assets I was building. I was like, yeah, I'll just make myself a quick desktop of all my Drake ships. I've tried making a red button here, so for like the power button could be red. Yeah, it's a little complicated trying to get it to work, but I got it working. I'm still trying to figure out if the color is exactly the way I want it, but red's kind of hard to work with when it comes to like making things like bright. So it kind of has a red outline with a kind of a yellowish whitish interior, but I think they'll still work. Yeah, and then this morning I added on like a little MFD. So actually it looks like the MFD now. Yeah, I mean, overall it's a pretty simple interface actually. And I can switch out the ship. Yeah, no. Yeah, and I'll probably add like I was gonna like add a button for combat because he doesn't, it's a separate page. So I just want to make a main like one that it's gonna have 90% of everything I'm gonna use day to day for like just running the ship, and then I can have like a combat page, and you can switch it at the bottom too, or you could go back and switch. I don't have a back button. I didn't create a back button, but I don't know. Maybe I'll figure something out for that. Yeah, I just wanted to have like the main stuff that I use typically when we're just like running cargo or just flying a ship around from place to place and not in combat. But I don't know if you looked at the new shield system he had. So the new shield thing's pretty crazy. And well, yeah. And the interesting thing about this right here is it looks like, and I haven't actually tested it yet, but it looks like I can simply create, so I can import graphics, because this is all generated by, this is all like a vector. He's got this built in his vector, and these might be, I don't know, I think these might be vector too. They don't, it's hard to tell if these are images or vector or not. Like the little pluses might be an icon, might be an actual raster image. Yeah. But I was looking at how this was built, if you look at the back end, and I was like, oh, okay. So I think I can actually make that work, and like have that as a feature. And I was like, I really want to have the ship like in the middle and then have the little bars on the outside or something like that. I was like, it'd be really cool if you could have your ship visible, and then have, you know, maybe I can swap it out really easily in here, but I'm like, I'm not sure how I'll make it so you can swap it out like quickly and easily, other than having to have one for every single ship, you know, like set up in the menus. Yeah, that may be feasible, because you can kind of duplicate things pretty easily and just swap out the single thing that you want. But they're really cool. The last time I built this, I was having problems with this. So this is what's really new. Everything is completely transparent. So I can drop those buttons onto any background, and I don't, before, like, I was trying to line up the backgrounds with the, you know, with the graphics. Now everything just works, because I can, you know, I don't have to do that anymore. He also, one of the big things he didn't have before was the ability to, shoot, I just closed it out. He didn't have the ability to, like size the raster images to like their native pixel size. Which I was just like, are you kidding me? So everything can be whatever, like it can just be, it's whatever size you stretch it out to be, and there's no like number, there's no like way to make it just, you know, native pixel size. That was actually my biggest issue with the whole editor before. And it seems like he's fixed that, because he doesn't have a lot of like stuff like that in there. But let's see here, widgets, boop. Then you can go to size and position. Now he's got all of this, so you can set their X and Y position. You can lock it if you want, and you can set the exact height and width right here. Although I don't know that I understand the way he's got this set up. I don't. Yeah. But if I come in here and if I have a square graphic and I just come in here and set it to 0.1.1, like that, it seems to just work. It works. So I think I can make it work at this point. Because I'm designing, I also think everything he designs is like 1920 by 1080, but my tablet is like 1280 or 1200 by, yeah, I think it's 1280 by 800. So my tablet is, when I threw the 1080 version up there, at first it was like smooshing things, and I was like, nah, I don't want to do that. That looks bad. So I changed it, which kind of sucks, but I think it'd be better. It will look better stretched out than smooshed, horizontally at least. Besides, I'm making it for myself, so anybody else can have a smoosh tablet. I'll have to make different sizes maybe in the future. But, yeah. Oh yeah. No, I'm gonna share it on. I put it up on his Discord this morning, and he responded, and he was like, "Dude, yeah, you have to share that." I was like, "Yeah, well, gotta get it built though first. This is just a concept." Like, it's literally just in Photoshop at the moment. I threw a few buttons and backgrounds into the editor just to see if I could make everything work the way I wanted to, and it seems like I can. So, but yeah, it's gonna be a little bit of I want to get everything kind of laid out first. Yeah. Oh yeah. Um, you can download what is it? GIMP. GIMP is good. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I've used it a little bit here and there, but I always come back to Photoshop because it's just like I've been using it since literally 1999. and, and so after 20 almost 27 years, it's like yeah, I'm afraid I don't think I can change. I just kind of know how things work and where everything is, and it's complicated. It's just nice to not have to think about it. I was trying to use Illustrator. I needed Illustrator earlier this year, and then I was trying to use Inkscape to design the stuff, and I was just getting frustrated with it because I was like, I don't know how this works. But yeah. Anyway. So I'll show you. That was actually pretty neat. So if see the image in the middle here, that you might recognize that now. If not, it's literally pulled from the website. I literally pulled it. Sure, let me see yeah, right here. This guy. Yep, you can actually just go into the controls and say top, and then I just shrunk it down, screenshotted that, and brought it over, and boom, cut it out. I actually figured out I didn't even have to cut them out in some cases. Which one did I not cut out? Oh, where's the other one? Oh, maybe it's, oh, I did it on thing. I can actually don't really have to cut them out. I actually did a couple where I didn't cut them out, and it still works. Because this whole this effect works off of like thresholds. So if it's like a certain, that's how I get these like variations. In fact, and this is, if I break this down a little bit more. Yep. So there's actually multiple layers going on here. So I've got like the vertical lines, kind of CRT pattern overlay. That is added last. This is actually what it looks like initially, and then all of that is built on a series of effects right here. So they're just built up. Yep. And that actually is getting applied. I think that's applied, yeah, I think that's applied to everything. So that's applied to the background texture, which is actually just like, yeah, it's just this texture file in the background. Let's see if I go, yeah, it's just this texture. So I just have that texture, that's the background, but with this effect applied. And then this is all the items and, you know, configuration of the buttons. They're just simple text and boxes, and then that's got an effect applied to it. So that allows me to edit everything in the background and not have to mess with the effects constantly. What do you mean? So the way it's going to work is the background, and I've already started tinkering with this. Yeah, so that'll be the background. So I can actually set that as the background in the software. I can then set like the MFD overlay as just, you know, I can have that as the overlay. It's transparent, you know, transparent piece. So that'll be separate. And then each button will then be individually exported with an up and down state, and those will be yeah, so I'll have an up down state for each one of those individually imported and placed in the software. Yeah. So yeah, I mean that's the gist of it. It's really simple, at least for the buttons. For things like sliders, it's a little bit more complicated, and some of the other things I actually need to look real quick. I wanted to see this whole section in the bottom left-hand corner. I haven't really looked to see. Oh, it is that simple. Okay. He's literally just got up and down buttons, plus minus, and then let's see, I don't really know what some of these do though. Oh, I know you can set this up to work because I have been using it in the game. So like I can sit there and hit shields up and it'll up the shields and it'll like, or, just like you're pressing it on the interface. And the same thing with engines and weapons. I know he's eventually going to add in the engineering and everything. I'm sure he'll probably, yeah. So it's interesting. Yeah, I see now that he's literally, these are just buttons, which is actually great. So he just built this out of buttons. That means that I can build it to look whatever, like I can build it however I want. The downside is I can't visually display, like he can't, I can't visually display anything. You can't get any feedback from it. You could technically kind of do it, but it wouldn't look right. It wouldn't be matched up to it would be easy to get it off, because I thought about that with the power and stuff like that. Like, oh, you could have a toggle state instead of just a button state. Yeah, exactly. So it's maybe you hit a keyboard one time, you hit a keybind instead of hitting your tablet, and then it's backwards. So that's why I avoid that type of thing. It's not worth messing with. I hate his sliders though. I really wish I could do something more with this. So his sliders are basically like you can have a graphic for the arrows, you can have the graphic for the reset, and you can have a graphic for this little box that moves up and down. But like if I want to make this instead of if I want to make this like a progressive slider where like the bar in the background just like grows from bottom to the top, you can't do it. Like I can't make that. The software doesn't allow you to do it. So it's one of the things I've actually been begging him for since like a couple years ago. So maybe we'll get it eventually. Yeah, and the sizing for all of this stuff is not like you have to have it this, like he's got the slider thing that like the exact size it can be. It can't be any other size. So I am thinking about like what I'm going to do for this though, because I do want to have something that looks a little different. I'm going to build a slider, even though I don't use them. So I don't use the sliders at all. The problem is with the flight sticks. So anytime you have more than one flight stick or joystick device in Star Citizen, every freaking patch they put out there, every time you patch, it like mixes all the joystick devices up, and it'll like order them differently every single time. So the one time it'll be ordered, the left stick is number 1 and the right stick is number 2, and the next time it'll be the right stick is number 1, the left stick is number 2. It's like, why can you guys not make it so they like hold the previous values? Even if you save all your like presets and things, it doesn't matter. The game like will reconfigure which sticks do what. And there's a keyboard command or a console command to go in there and like flip flop them. But then if you have more than 2, it's even more complicated, and there's no feedback. Like you can't see which one is assigned which, So I think there is console commands to get that readout, but it's like I don't want to sit there and have to remember what the console commands are again and like type them all in and try and get them all organized again. So what I did with the software I'm running, the hide, hid, and joystick, joystick gremlin, Joystick Gremlin takes the two sticks and merges them into one using VJoy, and then presents Star Citizen with one stick and one controller essentially. And I have all the, you've got, what do you got here? If you look at the input viewer, yeah, so there's 8 axes that you can utilize on a single stick. And most of the time you're only using 3, right? You're only using 3 per stick, and X, Y, and Z.